Practically, is it possible to always be alone and never seek relationships? It is possible that you can be happy and single forever. Maybe it's just a phase. But why date someone if they don't bring you more joy? It's completely possible to be happy without a partner. Sure, it's possible. Just make sure you're not doing it because there's a deeper underlying issue like a personality disorder. That you have hobbies and a good career means you probably don't. But I'm addicted to my isolation and never seek relationships, including friends. But I have schizoid personality disorder. Not great. It gets worse the more you isolate. Bad. Just all bad. But if you're otherwise happy and healthy, then heck yeah, it's possible. And possible to be happy with it. Lots of people do it. It's possible. Just don't end up completely isolated. E.g. with no social life at all. That's not good. It's really up to you. If you honestly feel that way, fantastic. You enjoy your life and see what happens. But by the way you described accidentally getting a partner, ruining what you have, that sounds classically avoidant. You should question yourself. Are you content or are you trying to avoid pain and vulnerability? I have been single, and not looking, for over 10 years. And I'm the happiest I have ever been. Relationships are stressful and demand too much time and energy. I've been happily single for 23 years. Green heart. Ask any ace out there. Not having a romantic partner and using the extra time to enjoy yourself is absolutely a viable lifestyle. Never felt the need to be in a relationship or hookup or anything. I'm just too comfortable and content with myself. There's your answer. Don't completely rule it out though, since you never know who you might meet one day. If you are happy, stay that way. Many people just hide inside a relationship to avoid being alone. There are other relationships besides romantic. Even just smiling with your barista or checkout person at the grocery is enough for some people. I'm in the same boat as you. Had a really bad breakup that just turned me off to the idea of doing the whole relationship thing again. Spent a bunch of time just focusing on myself instead. Bought my first house. Made good strides in moving up in my career. Embraced a lot of my hobbies. Checked off some bucket list items. I'm fully content being on my own. I occasionally miss snuggling with someone, but I don't miss it nearly enough to give up my current way of life. I'm quite happy with where my life is at and have no plans to change anything. It's entirely possible. Just never lock the door to anything else. Humans as a species need socialization. That can easily be maintained with a small group of friends or a social hobby. If you are happy with yourself and your life, live it. Statically speaking, a lack of relationships, sex, and friends definitely leads to negative trends. Increased suicide, increased mental health illness, decreased life expectancy, etc. However, if you are personally good, then you are personally good. And you may be an outlier or exception to that. Just be careful you aren't happy masking. Happy masking gets people into a really bad corner eventually. But if you truly are 100% happy, you do you. I will say, you having a traumatic breakup that shifted your entire view on relationships is a slight red flag. That there's an underlying issue and trauma that has not been dealt with yet. However, you sound pretty secure of it yourself. Aside for the act of hacking Reddit, this sounds different from wanting romantic contact deep down but being afraid of it. If you're sure of what you want, then that's perfectly fine. I've been single for 11 years. Alone for almost 20. Married but alone. You couldn't pay me to give away my very valuable time to anyone. There's no one on the planet is worth it. I have a dog and my daughter. That's all I'll ever need. I'm a Roace and I feel the way you do. I don't want a relationship ever. If you're happy this way, then of course it's possible. Society might make you feel like it isn't, or like you're pressured to jump back into a relationship. But you don't ever have to. Especially if it feels like one wouldn't add any significant value to your life. If you want, you could come swing by our aromantic or our asexual to see lots of people who are happy and thriving. And feel the same way you do right now. Your feelings are totally valid no matter how you identify. But the info provided in both could bring some peace of mind. If it is all relationships, including friendships, do you at least have people in your life who check on you from time to time? I understand being a bit isolated, but I think having people who check in from time to time can be very helpful. Even if you aren't best friends who speak every day, having someone you can talk to semi-regularly, even if it's just once a week, can do wonders. Wishing you the best, Blue Heart. Yes, it is possible, but you do need social interaction from time to time so that you won't feel lonely. Always. In my case, if ever I ended up single again, I would never enter a relationship again. I will live my whole life as a single person. I'll just probably enjoy myself hooking up with random stranger occasionally and do things that I don't usually do. However, entering a relationship with someone is not my option anymore. Almost 4 years for me as well. I'm also an introvert and an only child. So being alone is my default. It's probably easier for me. The key is to enjoy your own company and continue with your hobbies and interests. Keeping friendships going and maybe finding new friends is important too. Easier said than done. But finding your peace is what it's all about. I thought that way too till I found someone that I truly was 100% compatible with. Now my relationship enriches my life. Doesn't feel like a chore. And my social life has blossomed. If you truly are satisfied by yourself, that's fine. But if it's just because you haven't found anyone where the relationship isn't a chore, keep looking. Just my 2 cents. Just don't be blind to it when someone amazing appears.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.